Aloha, aloha, my beautiful and wonderful and magical empaths and highly sensitives. Welcome to this week's energy reading for the week of April 17th until April 23rd. This week is going to be amazing. You might have already felt it in a couple of days, coming up to this week, because we are having a solar eclipse on April 20th. I'm so excited. I'm really excited because usually those kind of days are very, intense. A lot of energy is coming up. So it's always good, always, whatever special days we have, whatever planetary movements we have, it's always important, to be connected with ourselves, to center ourselves, to ground ourselves as often as possible. So this week, that's going to be a huge necessary thing. So especially, taking care of your boundaries, taking care of self-care, because that is going to be a special ride. And as always, of course, we're going to have a special pile here for that very special solar eclipse. And I think it's even a total one. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, before recording this, I forgot to check where it will be visible. But as a global, humanity on this planet, we're going to be feeling it all over the place. The other thing is that on that solar eclipse, we also are going to have a portal day. So that is going to be another interesting thing as well. So both of them are going to send us their message here on this pile up here for all of you guys seeing it, and for all of you guys listening in. So I have the pile for the portal and the solar eclipse here on the upper left side, and then on the upper right side we have the general cards for this week, and down below here, as always, the personal messages. So for those of you listening in, we have the white flower on the left, the rainbow flower in the center, and the purple flower on the right. So if you like, take a moment. Not if you like. I would like to take a moment with you to just connect yourself with yourself. So if it's possible for you, I don't know where you're listening in, but if it's possible for you, I always like to put one hand on my heart and the other one on my solar plexus, which is right below the rib cage. And I'd like to take a moment to, just feel into that. Take a couple of breaths, deep breaths in. And, and feel that connection of your heart. Maybe for some of you guys, it's going to get warm. That's good. That's a good sign. That's energy moving. If not, don't worry. It's still going to be moving. Sometimes we do feel it more. Sometimes we do feel it less. In my case right now, I'm feeling it heat up really, really a lot. So it's there. It's very present, the energy. And, just breathe in, breathe out. Connect to your heart. Connect to your I prefer calling it the intuition. Our intuition lies in our stomach. Our stomach loves to receive energy. It's our energetic center. And, it's not only the place where all our food is being processed, it's where everything is being processed, all our energy. So be kind to your stomach. So yeah, take that moment and just feel into whichever flower wants to, resonates with you and is going to bring you your personal message for this very exciting week with the solar eclipse. Yoo-hoo! All right. Now, before I get started into our session today, our energy session today, I want to just let you know, as always, we have wonderful soul talks, or I have been having wonderful soul talks and I'm publishing them every Friday. And last week I had Christina Fournier, and it was really, really a wonderful and interesting interview about, following your intuition, being in your intuition, in your center. And from her point of view, especially, for business, for entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, because she's specialized in supporting, I think it was women, or in general, intuitive people like me, like you, like us, empaths and highly sensitive. So we were talking about empaths in business, and what I love, and even if you don't have your own business right now, if you're not an entrepreneur or solopreneur, I would still recommend that episode, because there's a lot of things that you can bring to your day to day. A lot of diamonds, I say, I like to call them diamonds from this interview, that you can take into your non-entrepreneurial life, because it is there's things that we can learn from both. I feel that, we spoke about marketing world and how unauthentic it has been and how authentic it is becoming and how different it is becoming. And I believe that is something that will help you with your, non-entrepreneurial life as well, because, I think one of the things that we yearn to come closer to, and especially as empaths, we want to be more authentic, but sometimes we're afraid to be authentic. And so that's something that, I think you can, some of the little diamonds that you can take out of that wonderful soul talk. So I'll link it in here in case you want to, if you're on watching on YouTube, I'll link it in here. If you're listening in through the podcast, just check out the one episode before this will be the episode with Christina. Really beautiful. All right. Oh yeah, and before I forget to mention, I've been thinking about how I can support you more. And I was thinking, one of the things that I love to do, which I feel is helps us a lot, especially as empaths and highly sensitives, is to create more intention in our lives and be more, how do you say, live more intentional. And for that, I have created a questionnaire of a couple of questions. If you follow those questions, at the end of those questions, you will receive small guidance on how to create your own intention for your gift as an empath, as a highly sensitive person. And if you'd like, you'll find the link below in the video. I'll post it there if you like to follow that and create your own intention. I feel it helps. I mean, it's one of the things that changed my life as well, to create more intention in my life, to live more intentionally. And I know that sometimes it's harder for us to do that because we don't know what kind of words we want to use. And that's where I'm helping you. So follow that link, follow that questionnaire, and you will receive your very own intention regarding to your, to your gift as an empath. All right, let's get started. Okay, as always, we are going to get started with the special cards from the solar eclipse. So we're going to get started with that first. Here we go. These are the cards from the solar eclipse and portal. So we have baby steps. Let's have a little bit more, compassion with ourselves and follow our intuition before it makes sense. Here we go. Baby steps. Actions. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. I love that, because sometimes it just feels weird to do stuff, and then we just do it because, our intuition is so strong. But, that's what's happening here. So be patient with yourself. Don't rush yourself, go small steps, right? Because I know sometimes the big steps can be scary. And the second card from this solar eclipse, we have Brigitte, inner strength, move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power. Here we go again, move back to wholeness. If you like, repeat the practice we did when we started this, hold your hand on your heart, hold your hand on your intuition, on your solar plexus, and connect yourself with your wholeness and recognize the power that you have. All the power for everything is inside of you. Beautiful. And then we have from the ancestors, great teachers learn from spiritual experience. Great teachers learn from spiritual experience. What are the experiences that you can create for yourself? What are the ones that you have already created for yourself, where you have already learned? Very beautiful. And the final affirmation from this solar eclipse. When I merge my desire with faith, I can take action from a place of peace rather than control. See, and that's coming from the soul. Imagine that, full power blown from the solar eclipse. So when, I'm going to repeat it, when I merge my desire with faith, when I merge my desire with faith, which means, create the desire, look at your desire that you want. What is it that you want? And remember, your desires have been put into you by the universe or by the divine. So there is a desire inside of you that wants to come out, that is divinely guided. And what can you, what can you do to merge that with faith, with the faith in the universe, with the faith in yourself, with the faith in your spiritual guidance that will help you, take the right actions for that. Take the right actions for that. Even though, again, like we said here, even though it doesn't make sense. I love that. So even though it might not make sense right away, but, make those actions coming from your intuition. And then bring that out from a place of peace instead of controlling. And I feel that word control is so important because we try to control so many things. But the moment we decide to let go and to surrender to the higher guidance, to surrender to, to our faith in the divine, in the source, the universe, no matter what you want to call it, that's when, we create peace, and that's when we create magic. That is the direction that will bring us to, to the magical places, I like to call it. So that's the information we have from this solar eclipse. So follow your desires, and follow your intuition no matter what. Here we go. Now, to our general information, to the general reading for this week, this one goes out to all of us, what this week is bringing us. And we have here, breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. See, here you go. Here we have the confirmation of what we just read in the solar eclipses cards. And if you've been following my cards, you know that I love the micromanaging the universe because it's, because we are that type of control freaks, we want to manage everything. So we start micromanaging the universe, and we want to tell them we want it in green with white dots, and we want it round instead of square. But the thing is that the universe knows better. The universe, the divine, our spiritual guides, they know what is better for us and what is way more magical for us. And by connecting with that breath of the cosmos, by surrendering, like it says here, my will to thy will, we are surrendering our desires to the universe, and the universe will bring it to us. Maybe not in the way we thought of, because come on, sometimes we think of things differently. So just allow the universe and the divine to create itself, to be there. And then when that happens, imagine that when that happens and we don't micromanage the universe, what it opens up, right? So that's for this week. So be mindful of that, of being micromanaging. And then our second card is the Divine Director. The Divine Director, intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Wow. This card basically tells you to follow your happiness. So follow your happiness, allow that guidance to happen. Allow that, be aware it's happening. The universe, the divine, the source, the God, God or goddess, or however you want to name that energy that that energy that guides us all. It's there and it's happening, and if something is not going the way you want to, have a look at it. Have a look at it and think about it. And then feel about it. And then just see how the universe is guiding you, maybe somewhere else, because maybe somewhere else is better or has different teachings that you will need, right? So let's follow that. And then we have from the, double ancestors, protection guardian. Drop your shields. Drop your shields. See, here you go. You are protected. Drop your shields. You are all right. You are protected. There's nothing bad happening. Maybe you are still, for this week, have a look out that on where you might be having shields up that might be, holding either you back or other people from coming into your life. And the second ancestral card that we have here is Earth Mother, feel loved and comforted. Look at this wonderful picture of Mother Earth holding her earth belly. So imagine that Mother Earth, your spirit guides, the universe, all of them are there, are holding you, are holding space for you to transform, to grow. They're holding you. Just be reminded of that this week. Beautiful. And then as a final affirmation, we have appreciation dissolves all blocks to the presence of my super attractor power. Appreciation dissolves all blocks to the presence of my super attractor power. Doesn't that sound amazing? So bring in your appreciation, bring in the gratefulness that you have for everything that you have created so far. You have created so many beautiful things. You have transformed so many beautiful things. You're on the right path. You're being held. The universe is holding space for you. The universe is helping you, is protecting you, is intervening, guiding you. So be grateful, appreciate those moments where the universe has already been there for you. Awesome. Here we go. And we're going to go now into the personal cards. So if you chose the white flower, this is going to be your messages. And we are starting with the starseeds for you. And it is fall into my arms. Wow. So for you, it's about surrendering. Surrender, holding the opposites extremes of life. I'm going to try to get... my camera doesn't want to. But here you go. You see, you're guided. If you're watching, if not, we're having like angel-like energies holding the space of and here we have, I feel like these are like the ancestral energy surrounding a little lake where a couple is bathing in the center, but it's basically one holding the other one into the water. So fall into my arms, surrender. Imagine that you're in the water and someone else is holding you in the water. Like the water holds us too. The water holds our body as well. So it is there. It's about surrender. So this week, be mindful of that. Look out for the moments where you might have to surrender a little bit more. Then we have charity, prayer, and contemplation. Connect with heaven. Ask and you shall receive. Here we go. Ask and you shall receive. One of the things that I love, the more you, and I like the word prayer for others, it's more affirmation or intention. It's not like we're begging the universe. It's actually for us telling the universe, hey, universe, I would like some guidance in this or that direction. Can you please advise me about this or that? And the universe will. The universe will guide you, will help you. And that's the thing. The universe and our spirit guides are just waiting for you to come up and say, hey, I'm here and I need your help and I need you to do this and that. Okay? So for you this week, it's practicing that and then surrendering it. Ask for help and then surrender it. And your ancestral energy is telling you shed old skin. Wow, look at this wonderful snake. Snake, shed old skin like a snake. So whatever's happening in your life this week, allow it to be something, that you're shedding. So if there are weird challenges coming up this week, allow yourself to, like a snake, allow yourself to shed the skin, to let it, come off, allow the old thing to go and make space for the new. And that's one of the things that I love. So here we go. How can you do that best? By feeling good. Feeling good will bring me far more than whatever I thought I needed. And again, follow whatever makes you happy. I know we're apparently right now we're needing this because this card has been coming up a lot. So feel good. Follow whatever makes you feel good. And when you do that, and surrender yourself and ask for whatever you want to have, and you let go of your everything old, then you're going to be in a good place by the end of this week. That was your cards if you resonated with the white flower. And now we're heading on over to the rainbow colored flower. If this is the flower that resonated with you, we will have it here. Wow, earthed. See, earthed. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. And that means, learning that you are human and it's okay. You were born into human body, so that's okay to be human. But also remember, you're a starseed. You are an energetic being beyond imagination, and you're here. And you're here on this planet to, on one hand, experience yourself as a human, but also remember that you are a spiritual being. Love this. So that's going to be something for you, homework for you this week, if you resonated with the rainbow flower. And then we have Krishna, devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. And I love that this card comes up because it is about telling you that, amazing, you've done a great job. Keep on going. You've done a great job. Keep on going. We are here. We are surrounding you. We are supporting you. But remember to follow the guidance of your spirits, right? You have an amazing commitment. This is one of the things that I like to put it in here, maybe for everybody else. So I hope even the white flower people are still listening in. But this is one of the things where I used to believe that I'm not disciplined because, I function a little bit different as a multi-potentialite or multifaceted, multi-interested person, as a mixie, as, multicultural person, as a, I even sometimes feel I'm on the ADHD spectrum. And that was, you tend to run all over the place. But one of the things that I noticed, and this is why I love this card so much, because it reminds me of that spiritual commitment that I've had from the very beginning. Like, if you want to look at one thing that has everything in common, everything that has interested me since, a very young age, it has been, spiritual growth, personal growth. And, and I feel that, if you're here, if you're listening to these cards, it's probably because you also have that commitment. It might not always be very strong, and you might have days where you feel like, nah, not today. But overall, it keeps coming back and you keep on working on it. And even though you might not seem disciplined the way other people think discipline means, but if you are committed to your own personal and spiritual growth, you are disciplined in that way. It might, because spirituality doesn't work on the level of, on a very male, masculine energy of doing, and, growing. It also has a very feminine energy for it. And that feminine energy gives us, makes us sometimes feel like, it's like a roller coaster. We go high up, and then we go back down deep into the depths, into the into the caves, and then we come back up sometimes slowly, sometimes faster, and just being committed to that process is already being disciplined on a spiritual level. So I love this card. So for you, if you're having the rainbow colored flower for this week, have a look out for that. Be grateful for your discipline, for your commitment to it. And then we go to the Hermit, retreat and recharge. Yeah, so that's another thing for you. Retreat, recharge, that's going to be important. If you're not able to take some time off for yourself, at least find, a couple of minutes where you can just be with yourself, with no intention, just being with you, feeling into whatever your intuition wants to tell you. There are moments we can choose to find those holy spaces in our lives. And as a final, affirmation for you, the universe is always conspiring to support me, guide me, and lead me compassionately towards the highest good. Breathe that in. I want to repeat it one more time. The universe is always conspiring to support me, guide me, and lead me compassionately towards the highest good. So this affirmation will help you if you take this affirmation for this week, it will help you, be grounded with your faith, with your trust in the universe, and that everything is always, you're always the right person at the right time at the right place. Breathe that in. Beautiful. Here we go. So if you resonated with the purple flower, this is going to be your message. And again, here we start with the starseeds today. And we have Earth pulsing. Pulse of the mother, slow down time in nature. Here we go. So if you can, if you have nature surrounding you, go. Go as often as possible for this week. It's important for you to connect with Mother Earth. If you don't have to, if you're living in a city and you don't have too much green around you, you might have plants, in your house or in your apartment. And if not, you can always make grounding meditations connecting to Mother Earth as well. But that will help you this week. So this week is about grounding for you, have this grounding energy. And then we have the Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy, move beyond current challenges, focus on what you desire. Oh, I feel that's a strong one too, because it's about, focusing your desire on one hand, showing where you want to go, what is it that you want to create, and not let, and I think it's nicely put here with, move beyond the challenges. I like to sometimes call it move beyond the drama that has been created in your life. And I'm not saying, I don't want to put it down, because sometimes it's really hard and strong. The challenges are hard, and please don't ignore them. It's important to look at them and, to give them space to heal as well. But sometimes, sometimes we tend to attract drama or to create drama, just not to, basically to not focus on our desires, to not focus on the good things. So maybe that's one of the things for this week for you, is to look out for those moments. And, I always want to remind you, the Spirit wants to remind you to have a look at it, on a daily basis for this week, on a daily basis. Look at how you can focus more on what you desire. And I'm not talking about, 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening. No, I'm talking about throughout the day. What can you do to, to be more present with what you want to desire? Because sometimes we desire things and we act completely opposite of what we desire. So here we go for this one. And then from the ancestors for you, we have the stag. Trust and thrive. Trust and thrive. Trust and thrive. It's what I just said. Trust in your spiritual guidance. Trust that they are there. They are helping you. If you want to, bring in your desire, trust in the guidance that you have. That's it. And as a final affirmation for you, when I surrender my will to the care of Spirit and the universe, I tune my energy with an ever-present stream of well-being. I love this card, and I'm going to put it over here. When I surrender my will to the care of Spirit and the universe, I tune my energy with an ever-present stream of well-being. Yes. How do you want to see that? Surrender yourself, surrender your desires to the universe, but also attune yourself with the energy of well-being. Because everything that makes you feel good, and it's similar to everybody who had the white flower, it's about, it's about feeling good. It's about well-being. The more often you focus on your well-being, on what makes you feel good, and our desires are that. How do, whatever we desire, what does it make you feel? What will be the difference? If you would live what you desire, what would be the difference to how you're feeling now? And how can you create that feeling right now? So surrender that and create that feeling within yourself right now. And that's going to attract that desire, and also trust in the universe that it will guide you to the right places. Oh, awesome, everybody. So I hope you like this week's reading again. I hope it gives you insights for your week, as always, guided by spirits. And I wish you a great week. I hope you're going to be able to ground yourself, to be with yourself, centered within yourself. If you need if you like to have an intention for yourself that you want to take into this week, into this solar eclipse, follow the link that I have put in the show notes or in the description of the video. Follow it to guide yourself to create that intention for you that you can take into this new time. And until then, my darlings, I wish you a wonderful week, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys or to hearing you guys next week. As always, on Friday, we're going to have another soul talk, and next Monday, we're going to have the next cards. Have a great time, everybody. Bye-bye.